Hey guys, welcome back. So for this part of the tutorial, we're starting to get to the near end because the next few things I go over is going to relate to air roll till the finish of this tutorial. All right, this is where you're going to start hitting some of the more really advanced things because you probably don't use air roll, and air roll can be a lifesaver if you're facing the wrong direction and so on. And I'm just going to kind of demonstrate quickly or demonstrate it for you how to use air roll, how it can benefit you. So in general, when you press and hold the air roll button and you're in the air, okay, you can rotate your car you can rotate backwards, you can rotate around, you can rotate left, you can rotate right, okay? Now here's something to keep in mind. My nose down is up, and my nose up means pull down on the joystick. If your nose up is the direction of up and your nose down is the direction of down, you will have to adjust accordingly, okay? I believe that's how it works, because when I'm in the air and I'm doing air roll, up means down. So my front flip is facing up and my back flip is pressing down, okay? So that's how my controls are. You will have to adjust accordingly, all right? I'm throwing that out there because you'll have to get used to your own method, how to rotate the vehicle. But one thing I do want to point out is as long as you hold your air roll button while you're in the air, it'll stay in that position. See how I'm kind of at an angle like that, where I was staying up there? So for example, if I'm angling myself, or if I press up or right when I thrust and I hold my L2 button, I stop rotating, I stay up. I stay in that direction, see? Kind of like that. Same with if I rotate back. If I rotate backwards and then I'm trying to stay up, it keeps me in that position as long as I hold that button. But the moment you let go of that button, it's going to try and center you. So if I rotate like this and I let go, it's going to try and correct itself. So that's something to know. Also, when you press and hold the air roll button, you cannot move around in the air. You sacrifice that benefit for air roll. So if you're trying to do a rotation thing where you're kind of going like this, you can't move in the air while you're holding the button. But the moment you let off the button, it's going to force correct, as I said, okay? See how it did just now? It just tried to correct itself. So now that you know that on the basics of air roll with that, here's the main uses. Sorry for rambling on, but air roll can be really tricky. So for example, let's say you wanted to avoid a nose death, like you were drifting left and you were going to that wall and you wanted to hit those boosters. Well, when you drift left, even when your car is sideways, for example, your car is sideways like this. If I am facing sideways like this, where I'm carrying my drift, if I press down, it's going to backflip me sideways. So you'll be facing like this in the camera and your car will rotate. It doesn't matter where you're facing. It's wherever the car is facing. It is how you determine where it's going to rotate. So if you're facing left and you press backflip or down for backflip, like for my control setup, it's going to backflip me even though my camera is sideways from a drift, okay? So one thing you can do to prevent yourself from dying is, let's say I want to hit these boost pads and I'm going here to the wall, I can rotate back. So that way I don't hit my nose right into the wall, all right? Because obviously if you're drifting left and you want to go after some of those boosters and all that, and you go like this, there's a good chance you're just going to die. Well, I didn't get enough speed, but when you start getting some speed, it's very easy to die if you hit your nose against the wall. This prevents it, where if you do the back air roll. So right here, and you're like, oops, there, air roll back, see? Then you can just kind of continue on. You can also up air roll as well, so let me try that. So I'll do nose down like that, kind of like that. See? What it does is, if I air roll down where my car is aiming down, it's going to flip the car around automatically with the tires. You don't just die. It flips you around where I'll be drifting or I'll be facing downward on the wall. If I nose up, obviously it's going to make me face up where I can drift. So that's another way of how you can use it, where you rotate. So I was like this, I rotate down, see that? I was right into a drift. I'm not the best at using air roll. I don't use it in that perspective of nosing down. I usually use it for nose up, for example. But that is another way how you can use it. Same with this. If you're in the air and you rotate and you hold it like that, look, see it face me the other way. Do it again, rotate that way, boom, see it puts me the opposite direction when you land. So it automatically corrects you. So if you land on the top of your car, it's not going to kill you, it's going to readjust you. So for example, I drift right, let's see if I can do this. air roll like that. See? Put me the other way. Like that. Oop. Like that. Kind of puts me in the opposite direction. So if you're accidentally facing the wrong direction, where you're like, oh shoot, I'm facing the wrong way, then you can air roll back, and it puts you in the opposite drift direction. So you can use air roll to your advantage in those perspectives. All right. So that's the main thing, what air roll is used for. It does have another use